Hi, I'm Bob Ryan. This is Globe 10.0, and with me today is Chad Finn. Well, the Red Sox spring training is proceeding relatively calmly, but there's one major issue in this team that seems to be more and more of a concern, and that is the fifth starter, Chad. Daisuke Matsuzaka has a spring training whip of 1.91, and maybe that's the best thing we can say about him.
Yeah, he's in midseason enigma form already. He's been here, what, 4 years?
This is year 5.
You still don't know what to make of him.
Well, what I make of him is that even in his best year, when he was 18-3, it was a masterful manipulation of innings and circumstance by both Terry Francona and John Farrell to get 18 wins and 21 decisions out of fewer than 200 innings and an average
167
and an average of a 5 1/3 innings per start.
Yeah.
It was all smoke and mirrors even then.
Yeah, he's just, the word I use is enigma. You just don't know what you're going to get from him. He's typically decent in the spring if he's healthy, so this is a little out of character, but it's a fifth start, I guess.
What's changed? He still starts off. You might as well just, when the guy comes up the plate, you might as well just put 2-0 on the board. Just start him off with 2-0.
I'd go 3-2.
3-2. All right, then 3-2. And he's the master of 0-2 to 3-2.
Yeah.
By the way,
he is.
And I don't know what the Japanese word for nibble is, but I mean, that's what he does. But look, this is year 5. The money wasn't worth it. It turns out the whole thing was a flop.
No.
I mean, you have to admit it. It was a flop. It was $102 million that was not well spent.
Well, the more hyperbolic among us were comparing him to Pedro Martinez for what he did for Japan.
Well, I know
nobody does that.
I said some very dumb things that year, trying to focus on the good stuff the first year.
Yeah.
I even mentioned a future Cy Young because I remember his first complete game. He was dazzling. There were some very good games, but he's never had the velocity he was advertised to have.
Yeah.
You got to go back and see what the scouts were saying at the time. It's like it's not even the same person.
Right.
I don't know what
the repertoire's not the same either.
Unless there's something about his juices that flow in international competition in the World Baseball Classic when he was terrific that he can't get flowing here in America.
Yeah, well, that's obviously his priority. We've seen that the two times they've played it.
Not to mention all the differences in the training methods and the off-day stuff, and they're still debating it 5 years down the road. And I just think, hey, if someone makes him an offer, they should absolutely, get to drive him right to the airport.